here we get the news yesterday that Lisa Marie Presley was rushed to the hospital. And if you never heard, and I haven't heard this in years, I literally have not heard this. It's got to be 15, 20. It's a long time.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
And this was Froggy number 1. Froggy is Froggy 2.
Well, we call him Less Funny Froggy.
Okay, so less funny Froggy.
Yes. And he was on the show for like 5 years. I've been on the show for like 20.
Right, so you've been on the show for a longer time. Lisa Marie Presley, if you missed our encounter at Lisa Marie Presley's house in Clearwater back in like the mid-90s, we have the old archived audio. What were we doing at Lisa Marie Presley's house? This was live on the air. This was during the MJ and BJ morning show years ago because Lisa Marie Presley was like a Scientologist and she moved to town and we wanted to greet her. And, well, it turned into a little incident. We had a little problem at Lisa Marie Presley's house in Clearwater. So we'll play the audio from years ago in a minute. But the details are, did we figure out all of her husbands? She was married 4 times. We know it was Michael Jackson. It was Nicolas Cage, Danny Keough, and then who was the other husband?
Michael Lockwood.
Who the hell's that?
I have no idea. He's a guitarist.
For who? Ace of Base?
He's best known for performing with Lisa Marie, Fiona Apple.
He's a guitarist for Aqua.
Yeah.
Hello, Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Life's plastic. It's fantastic.
This is just terrible. The only child of Elvis Presley died 54 years old. She was hospitalized. She was rushed to the hospital from her Calabasas home that's in the L.A. area, and she was rushed to the hospital with cardiac arrest. And Priscilla Presley said, "It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter, Lisa Marie, has left us." Said in a statement last night, "She was the most passionate, strong, and loving woman I have ever known." And the announcement came just hours after Priscilla Presley confirmed that she was rushed to the hospital with cardiac arrest. Here's what we know. L.A. County paramedics were dispatched to a Calabasas home at 10:37 a.m. Pacific time following a report of a woman in full cardiac arrest, according to Craig Little, a spokesperson for the county's fire department. Property records indicate that Presley was a resident at that address. Paramedics arrived about 6 minutes later. A subsequent statement from the L.A. County Sheriff's Department said paramedics performed CPR and determined that the patient had signs of life before taking her to a hospital in nearby West Hills. The city of Calabasas is, by the way, it's between the foothills of the Santa Monica and the Santa Susana Mountains, and it is about 25, 30 miles northwest of like downtown Los Angeles, if you want to get a little, bird's eye view of it. TMZ first reported that she was rushed to the hospital with cardiac arrest, and she's gone, 54 years old. Now, she was at the Golden Globes on, was that Tuesday night, Rox?
It was, that sounds right.
Was it Monday or Tuesday night?
Maybe it was Monday, yeah.
Monday night? I didn't watch the Golden Globes. I don't give a crap. Anyway, she was there with Priscilla, and people said that, she didn't look that good. And, Michelle was watching the video last night, and she said to me, "Oh, hey, you gotta take a look at this video." So Michelle is watching this on her phone last night. We're in the living room, just, I'm doing prep. We're watching TV, and Michelle says, "Hey, come look at this video," on her phone. And this was video from the Golden Globes where she was on the red carpet, and she doesn't look good. I mean, I don't know if she looked like she was like 4 days away from dying, but still.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I just would I photobomb you?
No, it's perfect.
And she doesn't sound good. if you listen to this, let me put this up on my start and stop button bar here.
Well, she doesn't look good either.
No, that's what I'm saying. She didn't look good. She doesn't sound good. This is Golden Globes earlier this week on the red carpet.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I just photobomb you?
No, it's perfect. So what was it like watching Austin on stage and during this movie and the making of this movie?
And then, of course, that's the Elvis movie. That guy, Austin? What's his name? The actor that played Elvis in that movie.
Who knows?
So they're asking her, was this like E? I think it was E. E did the red.
Yeah, Billy Bush.
Austin Butler. All right, listen.
It was mind-blowing. Truly mind-blowing. I really didn't know what to do with myself after I saw it.
Yeah.
I had to take like 5 days to process it because it was so incredible and so spot on and so authentic that, yeah, I can't even describe.
I mean, she's kind of slurring a bit.
Yeah.
She sounds like...
Yeah, but if you have a heart attack, isn't that something that comes... You don't feel the effects coming up 4 days in advance.
No, you don't. But I don't think she's in good health to begin with.
Yeah.
But, Rox, what really is kind of chilling is Lisa Marie Presley, 54 years old, is seen days ago at the Golden Globes. And, I mean, can you imagine that you're dead just a couple of days later?
Right. I know. It's crazy. I do want to just correct some information. I think sometimes people's symptoms do appear even weeks before cardiac arrest.
Really?
You do. I mean, it's
Are you
not,
correcting Froggy?
I'm correcting his medical information.
Yeah. Oh, folks, this is a very important note. Do not listen to Froggy for any medical advice.
Excuse me.
I think that goes without saying, but
What? Oh, by the way, you know what Michelle suggested?
What?
That whenever you do something goofy and stupid, that this ought to be your new theme song. Michelle came up with this. She's like, I don't know why.
Why? I don't think the Odd Couple.
No, something popped up in her feed, and she was playing the What's Happening theme last night. And she's like, man, this is the goofiest theme show music ever. You ought to use this for something. And then I said something, like when Froggy does something goofy. Yeah. What? There we go.
There's a worse TV theme than that.
That's Froggy's new theme song. All right, where were we?
I don't know.
well, okay. So she was 9 when her father passed.
That's right.
Only 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to say this to be inappropriate, but I do wonder if it's going to come out. Because it just jogged my mind when you said a couple moments ago, Elvis's only child. But what about Naomi Judd's daughter?
What?
That's always been a rumor. Is that going to come out? Now?
That's true. That's right. Yeah, because the rumor was
Naomi was his nurse.
Yeah,
and she's now passed.
Right. That's right. That was we talked about that again a couple of months ago.
Right.
That rumor was floating around.
So people have said that Winona is really Elvis's daughter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
Yep.
Really?
All right. Now, we've got the audio from years ago when Fester and Froggy, we ought to try to call Fester. Fester and Froggy, and it's Froggy number 1, not this Froggy. This was first Froggy, who's only with us, 5 years?
Yeah, I guess. Something like that.
And then Froggy 2 has been with us like 20 years. But this is audio from like the mid-1990s. This is like 1996 when Lisa Marie Presley, because she was a Scientologist, was she still a Scientologist or did she leave that stuff?
I was wondering that when you said that earlier, if she still was a Scientologist. I don't know.
This is the audio of Lisa Marie Presley's house being visited by the MJ Morning Show. And listen, this wasn't like malicious. We just wanted to welcome her to town because it was a big story. Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's daughter, moving to Clearwater, bought a house to be close to, that Scientology stuff. And we tried, you know what it was? I think we tried like the front gate. We tried to hit the buzzer and drop off like a gift basket. And we couldn't get through at the front. And then I think it was a day or so later, we decided we were going to approach from the water because there was a dock right on the water in Clearwater. And we were going to drop off the fruit basket to welcome Lisa Marie Presley to town. All right, here it is, folks. I haven't heard this in years. This is a MJ morning show, actually MJ and BJ. You'll probably hear BJ on this thing.
We sent Uncle Fester, formerly known as Moose, and Froggy to Lisa Marie's house. We had to approach by water.
Here we go.
All right, head on over to the house.
All right, start motoring that way. There they go.
You're right behind Lisa Marie's house?
Hey, guys, there's a problem.
What's the
What?
problem?
Private property, no trespassing sign posted on the dock.
So what? I mean,
Welcoming.
you're illiterate.
She sent somebody to welcome us, too.
What do you mean?
There's a guard on the dock.
Close trespassing, get off the dock right now.
We're being welcomed.
By who?
Private property.
Hello? All right, what's the problem?
We just got pushed off the dock. So we gave him the flowers, but he kicked them into the water.
The guard threw the welcoming bouquet of flowers into the water?
Into the water.
I mean, is this the way Lisa Marie Presley is going to treat her neighbors?
No wonder Michael Jackson dumped her ass.
All right, get the bullhorn.
right.
Tell Froggy to repeat after me.
All right.
Attention, Lisa Marie Presley.
Attention, Lisa Marie Presley.
We are only trying to welcome you to Clearwater, Florida.
We are only trying to welcome you to beautiful Clearwater, Florida.
We brought flowers.
We brought flowers.
We brought a fruit basket.
We brought fruit baskets.
And we brought freshly baked Uncle Fester chocolate chip cookies.
MJ.
And we bought freshly baked Uncle Fester cookies.
MJ.
And we're treated like crap.
And we're treated like total crap.
All right, what's going on?
Up here come the cops.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
let's.
There's cops on the dock. There's cops on the hill.
Told you.
Oh, my God, guys.
What's going on?
Here come two more.
All the Clearwater police are coming in like the cavalry right now.
Bad. There's 4 cop cars.
4 cop cars.
Look at this. They're
Yeah.
surrounding us like we're bank robbers.
They are?
They said I have to secure the phone.
Well, put it in your pocket, in the front pocket, leave it on.
I can't. It's being taken.
Hello?
All right. So, which one of
Wow.
us is going downtown to get him?
God,
Wow.
what was all those sounds?
Those are little edit points.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Eric Chase, I think, helped me with that.
My goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
So, Roxanne, you're hearing that for the first time.
I'm liking listening to yours and Fester's old voices too.
Yeah.
So young.
Well, I kind of
know.
sound the same.
You do, but just there's a difference. There's a subtle difference. Fester sounds like a baby.
Fester had so much life.
Did you hear Fester? He sounded like he was 200 pounds lighter. He did. But we ought to call Fester right now
Yeah, let's
and
do
see
it.
what he can remember, because it was Fester and Froggy won. So Clearwater police showed up because she had like Scientology like goon guards at the house. And then they called. Now, that was compressed. All that happened like over like 10 or 15 minutes. And that's why we had those little transitional, doo-doo-doo, those little sound effects. But, man, I haven't heard that. That was on, tell you what, that was on the crotchety, it was on one of the crotchety CDs. What was it, Crotchety Christmas 2? Yeah, is it the Crotchety Christmas 2? Hang on a minute. Yeah, let me hold this up to the camera.
Fester was just Fester. He used to be Moose.
Yeah, this was, I'm holding this up to the MJTV camera right now. This was on the MJ and BJ Crotchety Christmas 2 CD. And the copyright date is 1997 on this. So that was, I think that happened in 96 when that happened. What was that? Oh, Fester's on line 1? All right, Fester's on hot 1. Let's get, hey, Fester.
Hey.
Hey, did you just hear, did you hear that?
Oh, man, I loved hearing that. I even sent a message to old Froggy and told him I was getting a spin today.
Oh, that's great. All right, Fester, what do you remember about that whole incident? Because Lisa Marie Presley, there was a big deal. That was a huge story. In fact, I don't know if the local TV stations, if they remember, but listen, a lot of the local TV stations and the reporters, they listen to the MJ Morning Show. But like Channel 8, Channel 13, Channel 10, Channel 28, I don't even know if they had a news operation because back then on ABC, because they used to be Fox, and we had all those changes back in the 90s. But if the TV stations go back to their archives, they can get local footage of when Lisa Marie moved to Clearwater because of Scientology. Now, what do you remember?
So I think it was like 97 or 90, or maybe early 98.
No. I just said it. It's the copyright date on Crotchety Christmas 2, that CD. The copyright date is 97, so it was at least 97.
Okay. So I remember she moved to Clearwater. It was a big story. And MJ, it's like we're sitting there, and we used to have meetings where we used to think about how we can, be, in the news. We're like, hey, let's greet her with let's go to her house and ring the doorbell. And we get to the house one morning, and they had a big iron gate. We were knocking, we're yelling. Nobody comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I set that up before I played the clip, and I want to hear your take. But for those that are listening, we tried this over several days, and the first time we tried to go to the front gate, and they wouldn't respond, and that's why, like the next day, we rented a boat and we approached by water.
So DJ was like asleep in the studio, and he's like, you can always go by water, and that's all he said. And you and I looked at each other, and you're like, okay, what does that look like? How does that happen? And I'm like, oh, we got to get a boat. And then Froggy knew somebody who was like the manager of like a company called like Jet Ski Fun Center, and they sold Sea-Doos.
You mean they rented?
Yeah.
Did they rent Sea-Doos or they sold them?
Well, they sold. I think they sold them.
Okay.
Maybe they rented them. I don't remember. But Froggy was pretty well versed in boating. He and his dad had a boat. So I never drove a boat, but Froggy was the driver, and we had a Sea-Doo jet boat that was delivered to the radio station. We hook it up to a radio station van
Right.
and tow it down to the Clearwater dock, north of.
You went to some Clearwater Municipal Marina and you dropped the boat in.
Right. So this is all happening at 6:20 in the morning.
Right.
And you don't tell anybody what we're doing. They're having a secret mission.
Oh, that's right. I think all morning long I was like, there's a Fester and Froggy secret mission this morning. You got to listen. I can't tip you off or else there's going to be a problem. They're going to know we're coming. So that's right. All right, go ahead.
So we get jetting down there. We see the house. We're a couple hundred yards away. And you're like, all right, motor on up. And we get up to the dock. And as we were probably 30 feet from the dock, all of these guys in same color clothes, like everything on them was tan or something. They come running out, and we're like, it wasn't two guys; it was 10 guys.
And it was Lisa Marie's secret Scientology security force.
And we get to the dock, and I physically get on the dock, and he's like, "You're on private property, and you got to leave right now."
Yeah, we heard that. That's on the audio.
Right. I hand him the fruit basket, and I'm like, "We're from the NJ Morning Show. Welcome to Clearwater." And he took it, he grabbed the and he punted it like he ran or something, right in the water.
He kicks our fruit basket for Lisa Marie Presley into the water.
And there's all these Scientology guards, and they're talking into their sleeves, call the authorities, alert authorities, we need backup. I'm like, holy crap.
And that's when Clearwater police started to swarm.
Well, Clearwater police were on the dock. The coast was the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard sent a small craft after it was badged U.S. Coast Guard, and they were escorting us back to the marina on their bullhorn. Return to the marina. Return. And we're like, holy crap, we're in such trouble. We get back to the dock, and there were, I would half the Clearwater police force, if not all of it. And the cops could not have been more cool.
Right.
Because they've heard the whole thing, and they're like, listen, we listen to you guys every day. We know what you're doing. They let us off. They're like, listen, just get the hell out of here.
Yeah, listen, you guys were not doing, there was no vandalism. You were doing nothing. The only thing is, technically, you'd be trespassing by getting on her dock.
And littering.
But a lot of times, isn't the dock in the public right away? So listen, but we were trying to welcome her with a fruit basket and flowers, and I even mentioned in that audio clip, I guess you baked fresh chocolate chip cookies.
I did. They weren't homemade, but they were from the store brand.
Oh, I guess you didn't bake them. You picked them up at Publix or something.
Well, I baked them, but they were the Pillsbury balls already made.
Oh, okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah. So, but we.
The chocolate chip log.
Yeah, yes, right.
Yeah.
That was what it was.
Yeah.
And the Clearwater police could not have been nicer to Froggy and I. They let us, go, and they detained us for probably 20 minutes, and we hooked the boat back up to the radio station van and took off.
And there you have it, folks. And now with the horrific news, the terrible news that Lisa Marie Presley is dead at 54. of cardiac arrest. I don't know if we'll get more information as far as the autopsy goes. I don't know. But, I mean, just terrible. Who would think that Lisa Marie, Elvis's only daughter, I mean, are we dealing with just bad genetics? Now, Elvis had his issues, but Elvis also had the substance abuse problem, and it's...
Hold on.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what Lisa Marie was into, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, she's lived a remarkably different life than everybody else on the planet. You know, and she's had a crazy life. I don't know what she's been into or what things she's put into her body.